Hey y'all, this is just an explanation for you to help you as you do your project. You can come watch this video so that you can look at each different page. So when you get to a certain page, if you're confused about what to do, you can come back and see without having to ask your teacher. So on the first page, what you're doing basically is drawing a picture and creating a headline, because this is a newspaper. So for the headline, usually, you tell what happened and where. So in my example, this is not a real place, I'm using Candyland. I just said large volcano erupts in Candyland. Simple headline. And I drew a picture. I should really have colored this in a little bit more. For created by, you put your name and then you put the date here. So that's simple. You don't need a website to do this unless you wanted to look up some examples of headlines to get an idea. All right, on the second page, this is where your research really is going to come in. Let me zoom this out for you real quick. Okay. So the first thing is, it says date. You're going to be putting the date that the event happened. So I'm saying that the volcano erupted January 8th, 1988. You're going to give the location. So that's the place that it happened. I said Chocolate Mountain in Candyland. And then number of people killed or injured. So I'm saying 80,000 people were injured and 10,000 people were killed. Some of you may research a volcano that killed nobody or an earthquake that killed nobody, and you would write 0 people killed. You can look all of this up online, or you can use the buttons I provided on the website on the projects tab. There's a button that says websites for research under each volcano or earthquake, and there is a button that says video. Both of these buttons will lead you to links that will help you answer these questions right here. For description of event, that's where I really think the website is going to help a lot. The website for research. It's going to have sort of like an article that you'll read about what happened, and you're going to look at that article and kind of take some of that information and put it into your own words to create a description. And it needs to be 5 to 7 sentences. So I put the eruption of Chocolate Mountain was devastating for the people of Candyland. It killed an estimated 10,000 people and destroyed 200,000 homes and buildings. It took 5 years to rebuild what was once lost, and many families are still trying to return to normal. 100 other countries came to Candyland to help with relief efforts. As of today, 95% of the town has been rebuilt. So you would have read through your information. You'd probably include things about the people killed. What kind of things did it destroy? Buildings? Did it destroy any land? And you're going to be putting that into here. And these are the buttons you'll use. On my website, they look like this. Like if you were doing Mount St. Helens, you'd be using the website for research button and the video button. And I've provided those for each option that you can do. If you scroll down, you can see they're all there. And to get to this page, if you were on our TMS 8 homepage, you'd go to the button that says projects, and it will pull all those up. All right, so for page 3, what you need to do, sorry about the bell, y'all, is not really what you don't really need the website to do this. This is more the science we've learned and taken notes over. So this is talking about like convergent, divergent, and transform boundaries. So over here, you're going to draw a picture that explains whatever boundary is causing the event. So really there's just 2 that you'll probably be picking from. If you do an earthquake, you're going to be drawing a transform boundary here, and then in words explaining what happens at a transform boundary. And then if you're doing a volcano, you're going to be drawing a subduction zone at a convergent boundary and then explaining what happens at a subduction zone. So you can use your notes. You can look at the posters to help you. You could also look this up on the computer, like subduction zone or transform boundary, and see what you can find or pictures you can use. You should color this picture in, and this writing here needs to be just a good explanation, no certain amount of sentences or anything. All right, the final page, page 4, is a Dear Abby, which is like an advice column that's in a newspaper usually. And so this one says, Dear Abby, my father is a captain in the United States Marine Corps, and we just got stationed at. So on this blank line, you're going to put in wherever your volcano or earthquake occurred. So I put Candyland. It says, what are some steps our family needs to take in order to be prepared for this type of disaster? There's several ways you can fill in these lines. The first way is you could just write the steps out like a paragraph. Like, you need to do this and this and this and this, period. Or you can sort of number it. So you can say 1, do this. Number 2, do this. Number 3, do this to be safe. To find this information, I've also provided you with a video on the website. So even if you don't research the an earthquake or volcano that I chose for you, if you found a different one, you can actually go to my website to watch this video to answer this page. So the button looks like this. It's the third one. On all of them, it says what to do during and on the volcano side, it says volcano safety video. On the earthquake side, there's one for an earthquake. So you can watch that, and it will help you write the steps out that you would take to be safe during a volcano or earthquake. And then if you flip to the last page, this is just how I'm going to grade you actually, so you don't do anything here. You get 25 points for each page, and it tells you exactly what you need. Create a headline of the event you pick and write it on the lines. Put your name correctly in the created by space. So that first page is easy. You can get 25 points just for doing those two things. So if you read through and you want to make sure you're getting 100, each bullet point tells you exactly what you need to do. All right, thanks. If you need to rewind to go back to a certain page, go ahead and do that.